What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. This is episode number 9. We're starting today's stuff on the back of our win at Hillsborough against Sheffield Wednesday by simulating through to the Wolves game at Molineux in the Premier League, as we see the draw for the FA Cup last 32, and we got another League One side away, and I cannot wait for it because it is Sunderland, the battle of the red and white stripy shirts there. Sunderland away at the Stadium of Light, as we'll take on the Black Cats in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Really excited for that as well. You know, I've mentioned before, I am the first to admit it. In FIFA career mode now, don't ask me why, I think I've figured out the formula to it, but maybe I'm wrong. I do tend to get quite lucky domestic cup draws, especially in the FA Cup. And I think one of the reasons why is because I've mentioned before, there are so many Football League sides, as we know, in the Championship, League 1 and League 2 as well. And in this year's FIFA, they do tend to go quite far. The lower league sides do often have giant killings, taking out Premier League sides. So often I'm matched up against, especially in the early rounds, the 3rd round, the 4th round, like we've got to this season, against the lower league sides. And we've got another League 1 side, so I'll take the luck in the cup draw there. Sunderland away, taking on the Black Cats. Definitely favourites to that game there in the northeast of England. Still, first game of today's episode on the back, and the back-to-back wins in the league and the cup. Now taking on Wolves away at Molineux, Bruno Lage's side here. We fell behind very early on into the game, and Wolves almost doubled their loose in after as well. But 32 minutes in, Che Adams was sent through one-on-one by Armando Broja, and just about kept his composure to beat Jose Sarr as well. Che Adams this season has struggled. I'll be the first to admit it. I've really struggled to get the best out of him. I don't really know at the moment who I prefer up top, Che or Adam Armstrong. Armstrong started against the Magpies and got an assist and a goal as well. But I decided to give Che the nod in this game here, and it's great to see him notch up, I believe, just his 3rd goal of the season thus far. It's not been a great season for Adams. I actually thought, funnily enough, that despite Brojo being such a great young forward, he would be my top scorer this year, Che Adams. Certainly not panned out that way, no doubt about that. There's still plenty of time for me to get going with him in the second half of the season. So we were tied at 1-1. One of those games where like momentum just kept on swinging like a pendulum, you know. Started off being all Wolves, then we got back on level terms, then it was all Southampton, and then they weathered the storm towards the end of the first half, and then to begin the second half it was all Wolves. 56 minutes in, then Donker, the Belgian midfielder, makes it 2-1. Great dribbling by Yusuf Poulsen, and the Belgian makes it 2-1. And then the momentum swung again in my favour. Our 2 minutes ago had a golden chance to level it, make it 2-2, and battle back from a goal down to tie the game right at the end, and I should have taken it as well. My second highest scorer this season, 20.5 mil we spent on him to get him from PSV Eindhoven. He's been a great winger for us this year, but I should have taken a chance there. Tried to catch Jose Sarr out in the near post, smacked it straight at the Portuguese shot stopper. Simple save really in what was a 2-1 loss. Very balanced game though, could have gone either way. Just a game that came down to who was more clinical, and in the end that proved to be Wolves. So 2-1 loss there at Molineux as Bruno Lage's side get the win. So back to losing ways on the back of back-to-back wins, and it means just 1 win in our last 4 in the Premier League. And who do we have next, trying to get back on track with our form? Manchester City. Yeah, wasn't really fancying my chances of returning to form in the Premier League in this one here against Pep Guardiola's side. But I was buoyed by the fact we did draw 0-0 with them at the Etihad Stadium on match day 4, I think it was. It was an incredible result. We only managed to get away with it because Sam Johnston made save after save after save in that game, as we snuck away with an incredible goalless draw, clean sheet and point. But in the reverse fixture at St Mary's, it's safe to say Man City came to play and looked to make amends as well. In the early stages, it was all Man City. Had it not been for Sam Johnston here 13 minutes in, it would have been a goal down. Still deadlocked at 0-0, but it was one of those games where it was a case of when, not if. Do you know what I mean? Like, when are Man City going to score, not if they're going to score. It was inevitable to get a goal at some point. Gabriel Jesus thundered one off the crossbar 20 minutes in, and at this point I was thinking, just do it now. Like, just get the goal, because I know it's going to come. I was just hoofing the ball long at every opportunity. I wasn't playing neat and tidy football out from the back because they were putting me under an immense amount of pressure in my own half. And 24 minutes in, as Raheem Sterling goes down the right, plays a 1-2 of KD beating, gives it back to the Belgian, rolled off to Gabriel Jesus, and again, we are bailed out by our number 12. Sam Johnson, who was man of the match at the Etihad there, kept it at 0-0, but I knew for sure Lightning wasn't going to strike twice, and we are going to sneak away with a goal destroyer in this game as well, just like in the reverse fixture in the Northwest. That goal was coming, and half an hour in, it did. Gabriel Jesus sitting down left-hand side, threads the needle, rolls it across, and there is Kasper Dolberg, the Great Dane, with the finish to make it 1-0, get his third of the season, and finally break the deadlock. And it was so funny because it was like, once that goal went in, I was like, okay, well now I can play without pressure because the goal's been scored. I knew it was going to happen at some point. Now I can forget about it and just see what I can work with here, a goal down. But I thought Man City might ease off a little bit. They didn't. 8 minutes in, they scored a second goal, and it was the Dane once again bagging the brace. Kasper Dolberg getting the ball out of his feet and bending one in with the weaker left foot to find the back of the net. And it was so funny because I don't know what I was expecting really. I just thought, like, as soon as I get the first goal, okay, alright, they've got it, well done. They've been relentless, they've been attacking me and putting me under loads of pressure. Now they've got the breakthrough, they'll ease off. Why did I think that was going to happen? Because it didn't. They just continued to be relentless in this game. And 5 minutes after the restart would bag a third. KDB with an absolutely fantastic through ball into Gabriel Jesus, and the Brazilian number 9 makes it 3. And at this point I was thinking, alright, okay, how bad is this going to get? Because I am all over the place right now. I tried to get a consolation goal soon afterwards, just past the hour mark here, looking to make it 3-1. Theo Walcott gets around John Stones. Somehow Stones got tangled up and turned around. I should have got a consolation goal and a glimmer of hope there. Nathan Redmond denied as we were still trailing by 3-0. And late on in the game, 30 minutes on the clock, a chance for Man City to make it 4. Calvin Phillips rolling it through to Liam Delap. Great save on by Sam Johnston on the former son. Former son? He's still his son. The son of Rory Delap in what was a 3-0 loss. So, yeah, torn apart by Man City in that game. And it's safe to say they avenged their demons and got their revenge. We snuck away with that goal destroyer at the Etihad in the early stage of the season. That's one of our best results of the campaign. And I remember when that happened, I talked about it. I was like, I'll walk down the tunnel so quickly because we're just committing a robbery. And there's our punishment. Yep, Guardiola's side thrashed me off 3-0. Just one of those games where it could have been any scoreline you want. Had it not been for Johnston between the sticks, made a couple of great saves, it probably would have been 5 or 6. Even so, 3-0 loss. And the struggling patch of form continues for Southampton. 1 win in our last, I think, 6 Premier League games now, or possibly 5 even. So it's not been a great run of form. There's no doubt about that. In fact, I think it is just 1 win in 6 now. And whilst we are still in mid-table, I was thinking, okay, on the back of the big loss there and back-to-back defeats, we need a distraction. So for our following game, FA Cup, last 32, 4th round away, Stadium of Light, taking on Sunderland here. Could not wait for this because I definitely felt we had a great chance of returning to winning ways in this one and getting ourselves the distraction we were looking for. And just 5 minutes in, we had the breakthrough. Armando Broja with another. Scored at Hillsborough, scores here as well and gives us the lead to make it 1-0. And then 21 minutes in, oh man, Chelsea, name your price. How much do you want for Armando, our top scorer this season? He's loving life on the South Coast. I want to bring this guy in permanently next season, man. Not sure about the realism. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Maybe, possibly include a buyback clause with Chelsea. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But Armando Broja, absolutely brilliant. Great goal. He's second of the game with 2-0 up early in this one. And then 41 minutes in, still leading by 2. Broja looking for his hat-trick, rolls it back to Joel Rebo and pick that one out. I often talk about it, if you're going to score your first goal for your club, make it a memorable one. Well, how about this for a contender for goal of the season from the former Rangers and Charlton athletic midfielder? Joe gets the ball out of his feet, levers one with that left foot, top bins, and it's 3-0 before the half. And it's what we needed as well as we get ourselves 3-0 up. A good, strong result, a big win, and a good distraction in the cup as well. And I'm definitely going to take the cup seriously this year as well. As McCarthy makes a great save here 18 minutes in. 18 minutes to go, sorry, to make sure we get a clean sheet as well as the win as well. I'm definitely going to take the cup seriously this year. We're into the last 16 now. That's where the ball wants to get to, but I've got to be honest, in our first season, we're not being bad in the Premier League. We're not going to do anything spectacular. Solid and safe in mid-table right now. I'd love to have a good cup run. It wasn't too long ago Southampton reached the EFL Cup final, losing to Manchester United. I'd love to get the Saints back to Wembley in Season 1. There's definitely a possibility if we keep on getting the luck of the cup draws. Well, for now, we've had it, and we've done our jobs as well. We beat the Owls, we beat the Black Cats, and we are into the last 16 of the FA Cup. Whilst it's been a struggling patch of form in the Premier League, dropping to 13th, 15 games to go, 30 points on the board, I still think we'll be okay, 13 clear of Brentford, but in the Cup, we're taking that very seriously, and right now, we're looking like a team to be feared. But that will end today's episode of the Realistic Career, guys. Big thank you for watching, hope you have enjoyed it. If you haven't, like, much love to you all, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Realistic Career Mode very soon.